Did you drink alcohol prior to that? And if so, what did you drink and how much?
Yes, I did. And I had 2 beers, 1 margarita, and 2 shots.
2 shots of what?
Tequila.
All right. And was your ability to operate the motor vehicle impaired due to the consumption of that alcohol? And if so, in what way?
Um, yes, Your Honor. In I in the way that I hit a curb on the way out, and then it caused my car to break down.
You think you did that at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yes.
Miss Aycock, was this a blood draw or an intoxilizer?
Intoxilizer, Your Honor.
All right. You stipulate that the results of 0.175 were accurate.
Yes, we stipulate.
Are you on probation or parole right now, Ms. Vajegas?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
I'm going to accept your guilty plea to operating while impaired. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the super drunk. I'm going to refer you for a screening and assessment. You're going to be screened and assessed today. So I'm going to ask you to come to the courthouse. You'll go to probation. You'll fill out a questionnaire and you'll be interviewed. And then you'll come back for sentencing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's pick out a sentence date. Heather, what do you have for me?
Any interest in court to school on April 30th?
Where's that one at?
Trenton High School.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
this,
Your Honor. I'm going to be in Wayne County Circuit Court in front of Judge Wanda Evans that morning. I would not be available.
what time is that at?
9 a.m. Me?
Yeah.
From 9 a.m.
All
And
right.
that's court to school time. So we could do April 15th at 8:30.
April 15th at 8:30. Okay.
Yes, as long as the courts are, I do have a felony, a circuit court Zoom hearing at 9, so I might kind of be bouncing back and forth.
Yeah,
That's
let's
okay.
just set another day. I don't need this to be on a Woodhaven docket day, Heather. Why don't we set it on a Monday? There's no
Okay.
restitution, so
Do you want to do the April 20th? That's a landlord tenant day, but you want to put it in on that day?
or the 13th at 8:30. What's your choice?
I'm not available the 13th. The 20th, I'm open in the morning.
You are open?
On the 20th, correct.
April 20th at 8:30, okay?
Thank
And
you, Your Honor.
And you come on up here now, ma'am, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hurtado? Evan Sandy Hurtado, file number 26W841254A. Your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Greg Boulahanis, P36431, on behalf of Evan Hurtado.
Mr. Hurtado, your name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, Evan Hurtado.
All right, so this is going to be a plea. I'm sorry, your client pled guilty to operating while impaired. He was referred for a screening and assessment. Have you had a chance to review the report with him, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, I have, and there's no material additions, corrections, or deletions. Just very brief elocution, Your Honor.
Sure, go ahead.
Your Honor, I just want to make the court aware that Mr. Hurtado is working full-time. He's employed full-time, and he's also attending school for global chain management. And so he's been pretty busy. He's already done as a proactive measure before the sentencing. He's done a alcohol drug awareness class to help get ahead of this. So they asked the court to adopt the recommendation of the court probation.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Hurtado?
No, Your Honor.
Why do I get the feeling when I read this report that you're underachieving? Maybe it's just me. You went to UAD Jesuit and you graduated, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've gotten yourself in trouble now twice in a very short period of time. An MDOP, 1,000 or more, but less than 20. right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a felony. You're on height of probation for that. And then you're in there and you're driving drunk and you got alcohol in the car and you got tobacco in the car and you're only 20 years old. It's time to kind of grow up here, young man. Look at me, please. I'm dead serious about what I'm telling you. You can't be doing this. You don't want to ruin your life before you get started here. 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. I'm not gonna make the testing just monthly. I'm gonna make it bi-weekly for 3 months, then monthly for 3, then on demand. Kratom, poppy seed, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. Did your first offense involve alcohol or drugs in any form or fashion, sir?
Did your first offense involve alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to order outpatient substance abuse treatment here. He scored in category 4. I want you to, and have you shown your lawyer? Well, yeah, I want you to go to AA twice a week in person until you're in outpatient treatment. So you go to outpatient treatment, AA twice a week. He's going to hand you a form. I want you to go in person. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you. When I'm talking about that, I mean probation or otherwise. Once you get in outpatient, you no longer have to attend AA or NA. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also going to order that you go to the Victims Impact Panel. That's one night put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I'm going to order that you pay fines of $300, costs of $250. 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So fines and costs here amount to $675. Screening fees $60 for $735. Probation fees are $240 for $975. Cost of recovery. Cost of recovery is $150 for a total of $1,125. I'm also going to order that you serve 5 days jail. I'll give you credit for 1. I'm going to have you serve the other 4 on the court work program. $140 for that, $35 a day. Your total there amounts to $1,265. You may be eligible for early discharge if you are compliant with no prior violations within the preceding 90 days. After 6 months, you can come in here and you can file a petition for early discharge. Listen, I mean what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You have to get your life in order here. You're driving around. I mean, you drove into a ditch. You're on felony probation. You got alcohol in the car and you're not even able to legally drink yet. Come on. Don't do this to yourself. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal if you cannot afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Bulahanis, does he have all of this to pay?
Yes, he can pay that. He can pay the $1,265 today, Your Honor. And in addition, I was going to ask, may he come up to the court to talk to the
Yeah.
probation today?
That would be great. That would be great. So come on up, make your payment, and then you'll go to probation and they'll instruct you, okay, and provide you with a copy of the order. Come on, do better than this. I know you can. Good luck. Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do I have Jonathan Hubbard here? Jonathan Hubbard here? Do I have 1, 2, 3 towing and recover? Come on up here, sir. 26W841854. And I'm going to ask you to call in. Mr. McDermott, as soon as I get yours, I will call that. Your name?
Michael Shane, CHE.
Tell me you didn't drive here from Houghton Lake.
Excuse me?
You didn't drive here from Houghton Lake, did you?
Well, when I worked downstate, I'm in the area.
I can't let you, this is a corporation, right?
Yes,
I can't let you appear on behalf of the corporation. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. It's not my rule. I just can't do it. You're gonna have to hire a lawyer. I'll give you an adjournment, but I cannot allow you to appear on behalf of the corporation. Okay? I'm sorry, not my rule. All right? So I will adjourn this. Oh, wait a minute. We issued a show cause against you for failure to appear and defend the corporation. This is actually going to be a show cause. Why haven't you shown up?
because once I got back up to Holden Lake, I work down here 2 weeks, then I go back and I stay. So
Did you
I-
call the court and say, can I adjourn it?
No, because I didn't know that the letter came in the mail.
Can you spell your name for me?
Cheney, Shane, Michael, Michael.
And you are the president of the corporation,
Yes, I'm the owner.
but this is a corporation, right?
Right. Well, it's an LLC, but it's-
I understand. So listen, what I'm gonna do is I'll adjourn this, but you need to hire a lawyer. I'm not trying to make lawyers money, but I can't let somebody appear on behalf of a corporation except a lawyer, okay?
all right.
So, is 2 weeks enough time to give you to go get a lawyer?
Yes,
We have April 15th, right, Heather?
That's correct.
You want me to make it a little later in the morning for you?
yes,
How about 10:30? Is that good enough?
that's good.
At 10:30, so, you hire that lawyer. We will give you a notice down the hall, okay? Can you call in the prosecutor for me, please, Sadie, 249? And you're all set. All right?
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
And Judge, we also do have one in Calhoun County Jail.
Who's
And he's
representing who's representing him?
Mr. Crawford, he's already
Where's Mr.
met with
Crawford at?
him. He's on Zoom here also.
Okay, let's take this real quick. Derek Schultz, Derek Michael Schultz. I have 26W841842A, B, and C. I'm gonna need Mr. Urick in about 10 minutes, Lieutenant, okay? Where is Mr. Crawford? Mr. Crawford, your appearance. Mr. Crawford, your appearance, sir.
Shows that he's out here.
You have McDermott's file, Mr. McDermott.
Sure would. Yeah, was it a final?
Mr. McDermott, what case do you have, sir?
Dylan Jacob Barden, Judge.
What do the prosecutor is that?
Did you talk to the prosecutor already?
Yeah, we just need an adjournment so my client can take a driving class.
I don't know why they keep sending me that nonsense. I'm gonna call him in on that too.
Oh, Crawford.
I don't either. But I'd like to get this gentleman out of the county here.
Barden.
He just poked his head in for about 7 seconds. And
He got it. I don't know.
Dylan Jacob Barden, 267841449, A and B. I know.
Sean McDermott, on behalf of Mr. Barden, Judge, I have spoken to the
Hang on one
prosecutor.
second. Mr. Urick, your name?
William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven, Your Honor.
What do you want, a traffic? What, I don't want to do these classes. He's going 38 and a 25, right?
Well, the issue was, Your Honor, and I apologize for leaving my code.
That's okay.
Conference room. The issue was, Your Honor, that he blew a number of stop signs
Well-
before the officer finally cited
We
him.
really need, these traffic classes. I'm sorry. Do we need a traffic class to tell us that we're not supposed to run through stop signs? I mean, what planet would you have to be on to have to go to a traffic safety school to know that you don't run stop signs? I just don't believe in these classes. I'm sorry. if you want to play a harder role, that's up to you. You guys, but I don't want to adjourn these out and have these guys go do.
If we could set it for a formal then, Your Honor, it would serve the same purpose.
How long is it going to take them to get through the class?
Inside 30 days, Judge.
Why is he?
So the issue is the young man, who is a young man, had a hazardous action on a moped.
Where's he at? Where's he at? I think it would be nice for him to be here next time. You know, he doesn't
I can
have
have
to
him,
be,
Judge.
but
I
I'd
can
like
have
to
him
talk
available.
to him. If he's going to drive like this, maybe he needs to push the car. So I'll go ahead and adjourn it
Thank you, Judge.
for 4 weeks, but that's it though, okay? And I really want your client on Zoom next time, Mr. McDermott, okay?
He'll be there, Judge.
All right, adjourn it to the 29th. Is that going to give everybody enough time?
Yes, Judge.
I just don't want, Mr. Zurich. We'll do it at 9 o'clock, okay? April 29th. I just really don't want to do these class things, okay? I really don't, in the future, all right?
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll make this one April 29th. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
People against Schultz, Derek Michael Schultz, 26W841842A and B and C. Mr. Crawford, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Crawford representing Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz, please state your name for the record.
Derek Michael Schultz.
I have a possession of a controlled substance charge. I have possession of drug paraphernalia, and I have a retail fraud charge. As I understand, first of all, does he stand mute and waive formal reading on those?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll enter not guilty pleas form. Now, as I understand, he's going to plead guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia and attempted retail fraud. Is that true?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And, sir, state your name again, nice and loud for me, please.
Derek Schultz.
All right, so if you plead guilty, did you hear what your lawyer said?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to drug paraphernalia possession, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. If you plead guilty to attempted retail fraud, the possible penalties are up to 250 fines, 45 days jail plus costs, or all of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you plead guilty to those two charges, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the retail fraud charge on motion of the prosecutor. And I'm also going to dismiss the possession of a controlled substance on motion of the prosecutor. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to trial by court or jury. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. Mr. Crawford, what are you doing? Are you
I'm
on something
listening, Your
else?
Honor.
Are you on something else?
No, Your Honor.
I thought you were talking to somebody. I didn't know.
I'm looking at a file while I'm listening to you, Your Honor.
Okay. If you plead guilty, you're going to be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial by pleading guilty. You're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
To the charge of attempted retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Were you in the Home Depot store on Allen Road in the city of Woodhaven on February 3 of 26 at
Yes, Your Honor.
8:13 p.m.? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you in possession of drug paraphernalia? And if so, what were you in possession of, and what did you use that paraphernalia for?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a water pipe for LSD.
All right. And did you commit the offense of retail fraud?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll ask you again, to the charge of retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you attempt to take property, or did you take property that was offered for sale without paying for it, the intent to permanently deprive the owner, Home Depot, of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you take?
I didn't take nothing, but I was going to take some drill bits.
Some what? Drill bits?
Yeah, but I didn't take them.
Well, you must have taken something, right, or not? You didn't put those in your pocket or conceal those initially in any way?
Yes, Your Honor, I did,
But you
but
didn't
I
get
I
past
took
the
them
point.
out.
Hang on, slow down. But you didn't
Oh,
get past the point of, where did you put those?
In my pocket, sir.
All right. And then, but you didn't get past the register, I think is what you're telling me, correct?
Correct. Yeah, correct, Your Honor.
Somebody apprehended you in the store before you got
Yes, sir.
past the register?
Yes, Your Honor.
But at the time that you put those items in your pocket, did you intend to deprive Myers of Home Depot of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right now, are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise anything to induce you to plead guilty other than a dismissal of the controlled substance charge and retail fraud charge?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to find the pleas have been made voluntarily and understandingly. I'm accepting the plea to attempted retail fraud and drug paraphernalia. I'm dismissing the retail fraud charge. I'm also dismissing on motion to prosecute possession of a controlled substance. Why is he in custody and for how long, Mr. Crawford?
Your Honor, my client is in custody for another drug possession charge, Your Honor. It's pending. He's in the process of working out a plea agreement there, but it's based upon getting things at least resolved here, Your Honor. My client admits he's got a drug problem. He's trying to get into drug treatment, and he's taking responsibility for that by pleading guilty now and to the other matter. He's been in custody now already, Your Honor, for 2 months.
That happened after this case or
Yes,
before?
Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
It happened before this case, Your Honor, but the warrant came out when I got picked up for this case. They picked me up from Woodhaven.
Do you live on Buff Street in New Haven?
No, I live in Rochester now.
Okay, can you give me the address?
591 Lesperance Drive.
You're gonna have to spell
LES.
that. Hang on. 591 what?
Lesperance, LESPERANCE.
Lesperance Drive in Rochester Hills, is it?
Yes, sir. 48307.
What kind of a bond does he have on that case, Mr. Crawford, out of Calhoun?
Your Honor, I'm not exactly sure. Sir, could you state what your bond is?
25,000
Cash?
cash.
Would the court consider sentencing my client to the time served?
This is a bad record.
Well, he's got a drug problem, Your Honor. He's been plagued with it for some time, and he's trying to get it in order now, but he doesn't deny it.
Yeah, I've never been. I do have a record. It's from the past.
Well, everything's from the past. Of course, you're not convicted of anything from the future yet, but you've got cases dating back to 06.
Yeah. I'm trying to go to.
You've had 20 years to get your act together, and you're not doing it.
I recently went through a divorce a couple years ago and kind of fell off the deep end. I'm not making.
Well, you've been off the
excuses
deep
for my
end as far as I can tell since 05 or 06. I mean, not many women are going to want to stay with somebody that's constantly in prison or jail. I mean, they're out there. They'll still do it, some of them, but this record's bad. All right, look, I don't want to sentence them. I want to look at this. I'm not going to order a pre-sentence report. Let me think of what I'm going to do here. When is Mr. Crawford here again, Heather? Are you here in 2 weeks?
I should be, God willing.
Yeah, Judge, he is our Woodhaven House Counsel.
I'm going to do sentence date April the 15th. You tell me what's best time for them to put him before a camera, if you know.
They seem to be, I just notified them on Friday of this date because I was notified he was in Calhoun County, and they got him on today, so they seem to be pretty flexible.
Well, what time do you want it? What time did you set this one?
8:30.
Well, let's do the same, 8:30. Boy, you got to get your life in order. You're only, what, 38? Pardon? 37?
Your Honor.
I'll just let it go with that. I would like to see, Heather, if we can get something just confirming he's in custody on that and has been for whatever length of time on that 25,000 cash bond. But I'm not ordering a screening. I'm not ordering a pre-sentence report. Good luck. We'll see you back
Judge,
here.
Do you want to put a bond on this one?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Thank you. See, that's a good thing, Mr. Crawford. You surround yourself with smart people. And then they can correct your mistakes.
Absolutely.
Good job, Heather. All right. I'm going to make it. Thank you very much for reminding me. All right. I'm going to give you a personal bond, $5,000. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm probably just going to end up giving him credit for time served. It sounds like he's got a lot of other fish to fry here.
Yes.
No alcohol or controlled substances. Not to enter any Home Depot, not to enter any Home Depot. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Also, again, so no alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana, cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You're not to go near Home Depot, any Home Depot. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll sentence you in a couple weeks, okay? Thank
Yes,
you.
Your Honor.
Let's call in
Thank you.
Mr. Urick. All right, I don't have the file, Mr. Names.
Yeah, it's
Is it up here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. James Page, call in, Mr. Urick, though. James Lee Page Jr., 26W841132. Morning, Mr. Mays.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays, on behalf of Mr. Page. Mr. Page, state your name, please.
James Page, dude.
How you doing today, Mr. Page?
Yep. We're good, Judge.
Huh?
We're good.
He's got a little different attitude.
Well. So, Judge.
After this colloquy,
Mr. Eller.
I know, but he's gonna call him in. You know what, after he and I engaged in our little banter, when I looked at the complaint, I thought they were gonna have at the citation, I said, they might have a problem here. Then you filed the motion, and yes, so they're concurring in that. So just call him in, John.
Call him.
Your name?
William Urick, on behalf of the city of Blue Haven.
So you read their motion the defense motion to dismiss, you filed the concurrence, so you're gonna move the nollie pros?
I am not moving the nollie pros, Your Honor. I'm simply not opposing.
Okay, good enough. Leave it on the judge, right? But I agree with it. Case dismissed. I'll just make a note. Prosecutor filed concurrence. I wish you well, Mr. Page. I hope you never get yourself in trouble again, but if you do, just try to be a little more respectful, will you please?
Sure.
All right.
Judge, destruction of fingerprints.
You can prepare those orders.
Will do.
And have him still, I want him still to sign that is approved, okay?
Fine.
You know, just on the
Like a
form.
police sheet or something?
No, just on the form approved by, and he could probably give you. Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Page. Heather, take all of the bond conditions out, please. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Do I have Jonathan Hubbard here?
We could check and see if he's in Judge Hessen's courtroom because he does have a case with her also today. I'll call down there and check.
So would you check? Thank you. Bryce Isaiah Jacobs, 25W840947, A, B. Your name?
Right, David.
All right. So, sir, you're charged with possession of a concealed weapon. And you're also charged with Improper possession of a firearm in the vehicle. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one? Yes? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have to answer out loud. Why weren't you here before?
I got the paper and I just forgot.
Forgot about it. How do you forget about court dates? I don't get it. I don't believe you forgot about it. I think you just didn't want to show up. Show some respect, will you please? Okay?
Yep.
Respect, right? Who's that? Your dad?
No,
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Tell him to have some respect, grandpa, okay? No, yeah, you get to deal with me all morning. We're gonna set you up with a lawyer. And then the lawyer's gonna go ahead and talk to the prosecutor. And then the lawyer and you are gonna come in here, we're gonna handle the case, okay? All right? You got it? All right, good. Brian. Kiera Nicole Bryant Obi Acho, 26W8411705 A, B, and C. Come on up to the podium. Yeah, right through there. Come on. You're good. Your name?
Here, Ryan.
You're charged with driving on an expired license, no proof of insurance, an expired plate. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
I don't think I do.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and I'll let you go talk to the prosecutor then, okay?
Okay.
On March 7 of 26 at 12:55 in the morning, it is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle on Allendale Van Horn in the city of Woodhaven while your license was expired. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to $100 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those 3 points. Do you understand that? Those are just the maximums. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have a 0-point civil infraction, no proof of insurance. You also have an expired plate, 0-point civil infraction. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign an advice of rights and read and understand the rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm entering a not guilty plea, $100 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You don't have to post it. Hang on, slow down. You don't have to post any money. You're gonna go talk to the prosecutor and try to resolve the case today, okay?
Oh.
Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
No.
Okay. So you just go out in the hallway. I'll have my court officer bring the file to the prosecutor, and then you'll be called in by the prosecutor to talk to him, okay? Good luck. Smolinski. Which one does Ms. Voiles have? Ms. Voiles, which one do you have?
Robert Duchesne, Your Honor.
Have a seat right there, sir. Have a seat right there at the table. People against Robert Duchesne, 26W8411626. Your name, ma'am?
Good morning, Your Honor. Marissa Voiles, P86438, on behalf of Mr. Duchesne, whose presence I'm requesting to waive today.
Okay, so you met with the prosecutor. He's offering impeding. And,
That's correct, Your Honor. We would
and
plead
you're-
responsible.
They're gonna dismiss the stop sign, right?
Yes.
He's gonna drive better though, right?
Yes, he is.
He better. Okay, to the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'm gonna accept the plea. I'm gonna assess fines and costs of $185, and that will be payable in a week. Can he pay by the 9th, you think?
Yes.
Okay, pay by April 9th. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, Your Honor. You too.
Dennis James Smolinski, 26W8417028 and B. Your name, sir?
Thanks, Mr.
Mr. Smolinski, you are charged with driving on a suspended and no proof of insurance. You have the right to a lawyer on the misdemeanor. Would you like one?
No, thank you.
I'll go ahead and arraign you then, and I'll send you to the prosecutor. It is alleged that you did on March the 5 to 26 at 9:55 p.m. operate a motor vehicle on I-75 southbound near West Road in Woodhaven. They think you had a suspended license. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs, or all of those in 2 points. Do you understand that? You just need to keep your voice up just a little bit.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also charged with no proof of insurance. That's a 0-point civil infraction. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign the advice of rights form here in my hand?
Yes.
If you plead guilty to driving on a suspended, you'll be giving up all of those rights. And we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You go out there, we'll take this file to the prosecutor. The prosecutor will call you in, and you are all set. And then either way, you're coming back in front of me. You understand that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. Gwen? I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Ty?
Plea.
Team
Plea.
View Gwen, 25W36613. How you doing? Your name? Who's the interpreter here? I'm sorry. Your name?
My name is Kwang.
Can you tell me your full name?
Yes, sir. My name, first name is Kwang, last name is Nguyen.
Can you spell it for me?
Yes, Quang, and then Nguyen.
Are you related to her?
I'm her husband.
Well, I thought we got a interpreter, Heather. I got somebody's card here. This is Kim Ho and Olbris. Do you know anything about this?
I do not, excuse me, Judge, I do not know anything about an interpreter on this case.
Oh, I see what happened. I'm sorry. I got it. Okay. Raise your right hand. She's the defendant, right? You solemnly swear or affirm. Will you interpret this for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will? Are you telling her this, sir?
Yeah.
I solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Which he said.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Since you were in court when I sentenced you on April 16th of 25, have you been arrested? Ask her that. Have you been arrested since I sentenced you on this case? What'd she say? Have you had any contact with the police for any reason since I sentenced you on this case? Case dismissed, motion to prosecutor. Best of luck to you. I wish you well.
Thank you, God.
Thank you. Good luck. What do I have here? Is Mr. Hubbard in the other courtroom?
No, he was not.
Why am I shocked that he didn't show up today? I mean, it was just pretty obvious that wasn't going to happen. Alexis Rachel Leanne Seiler, 26W8406, 18A and B. You all right?
Yes.
What happened? You hurt your foot? All right. What's your name? You're charged with operating with the presence of drugs and resisting obstructing officer, and you have the right to an attorney. Would you like one?
No.
Are you sure? I think you should get one on this. I'll be glad to appoint you one.
Sure.
Is that okay? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. We'll give her a lawyer, John, on this one, okay? Thank you.
Let's see the hall.
You're gonna have a seat right out there and we'll set you up. Good luck. Do you, what do you have, Mr. Counsel? What do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Reno, Renato. Last name is Capote, Capato.
We hear that.
I'm looking at this one because John did come with this one this morning, but we had it scheduled, but then it was paid, so it kicked it off the docket.
Hey, Heather, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is the one I'm referring to, Judge, is that John came to me with this one this morning, it was on our docket, but then the defendant paid it, so it kicked it off the docket. I believe this is the one. I'm trying to find it again.
Did you talk to a prosecutor on this?
No, Your Honor.
Did you hear what she said? She's saying your client paid it.
Well,
I don't know
hopefully,
what-
it's
I
my
don't know
understanding.
anything about it. I'm gonna let you guys figure it out, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
I will keep chatting with you, counselor.
Michael Nixon. Michael Charles Clifton Nixon, 14B, 75335A. And then I have a whole bunch of other ones, 14B, 75335B, C, and 13B, 108365B. What do you think?
Dismissed, go on.
I'm sorry?
Dismissed, go on.
I'm not amused. Tell me your name.
Oh, yes.
You haven't been here on these. I mean, I realized you were here a couple of weeks ago for arraignment, but boy, I can't believe somebody let this go for 12 years. You met with the prosecutor on 335A. You're going to plead guilty to driving on a suspended, true?
Sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines. You didn't have a lawyer today, did you?
Yeah, Mr. Crawford, I called, he's not answering. Here he is. You're only my co-call representative, defendant.
All right, so I didn't realize you were on this one. These are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those on the suspend charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to conduct contempt hearings on the B and C files unless you tell me he's got the money. I'm not amused at all in the least with him.
He does have the money, Your Honor. It's in the safekeeping of the court by way of his bond paid.
Good, good. And then what are we doing on the case out of Brownstown?
Your Honor, there are two cases. He's going to be pleading guilty to the first case. I'm sorry.
Boy, they're getting awful nice back there, huh?
And the second will be dismissed, Your Honor.
That's the one out of Brownstown, right?
Correct. They're both are on both. The criminal offense is suspended on.
Yeah, you're right. All right. All right, so if you plead guilty on 14B 75335A, the B file, one three B 108365B will be dismissed, and then we'll deal with the contempt charges. Do you understand that, sir? I can't hear you. Words you just said. And you understand you plead guilty, the possible penalties again on this are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail. Costs are all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, today, did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
To the charge driving on a suspended license, how do you plead?
Good.
On December 16 of 2014, were you operating a motor vehicle in Pennsylvania east of Dixon, Brownstown at 7:07 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Was your license suspended?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Please accept it to that charge. I'll go ahead and dismiss on motion of the prosecutor 13B 108365B. And I will send you on this. And I will apply the bonds to the extent he has them for the remaining cases. He owes 428 plus 362, which is 790 plus 296. So he's up to $1,086. And then he's going to have this one to pay. Does he have bonds to cover all those?
His bond should cover those, Your Honor. You paid $1,200, Your Honor. So if I did the math, I believe he got.
Yeah, but he's still got this one for me to sentence him on. Right?
Well, that's true. Contempt matters. For however you sentence him, he's going to need a short payment arrangement that have anything to do with his paid tomorrow. We'll discuss that. The $1,200 wiped him out to Your Honor, but he gets paid tomorrow.
Why would you take this long? Come and take care of your business.
Oh, I don't have no excuse,
I can't hear.
I said, I don't have no excuse. I apologize.
It's not my favorite answer, but that's a good answer. My favorite answer would be for you to show up on time, but at least you're not telling me it got lost and. Go ahead. What else do you want to say?
Well, nothing, Your Honor. Again, my client admitted he was wrong here. He's learned from it. Financial lesson. He's just trying to get his license in order to move forward, keep his good job, keep moving.
Where does he work?
He work against the
FHI,
What do you do there?
close the dock,
Okay. How old are you?
41.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. He just like the opportunity to propose a payment arrangement. He'll take care of this. It's too busy.
100 fines, 250 costs, 75 victim's rights. $50 justice assessment, 475 or 90 days on the suspend. And I just want to make sure. Yes, it is in his name. He has 6,010%. So he'll need, so this will satisfy this case and he'll have an extra
He does
75.
he does have clearance fees on these cases also, Judge.
Right, so he had $540 to apply since it's a 10% bond. So he has 65 left on that bond, and then on the other bond, he's got 540. So he has in total 540 plus 65, plus 65, which is 605. So am I right, Heather, that on 335B, he owes 428?
On 335B, yes, that's correct.
Does that include the clearance fee?
Yes, it does.
So he is going to pay today on this one. $383. So that won't cover his clearance fee. He should have then, after that, he should have 200, wait a minute. Should have $222 left. And on that one, on file 365A, he owes 296, right?
That is correct.
And that includes the clearance fee?
Let me pull that up. Yes, it does.
All right. You pay 223 now on that. You still owe the clearance fee on that, and you're still gonna owe the clearance fee on the other one. That, I think, is gonna wipe him out. So now he's got, on the other case, he owes 362, which includes the clearance fee. So he's gonna pay $317, did you say tomorrow?
He can pay $300 tomorrow, Your Honor, and you can also pay $300 every 2 weeks thereafter. That's when he gets paid.
He won't need that. So he could, I'll tell you what, you pay 300 tomorrow on file 335C, and I'll waive the other $17 or $18.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But still has to pay the clearance fees on all these. So then he'll have to come back and pay clearance fees of $45 on each of these. Okay? If my math was in there, Heather, don't leave. Let's make sure we got everything right. I think I did it right though. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Go down and talk to my judicial clerk. I think we got everything under control here. Thank you.
I will need those files, Judge, just to double check also.
I got it.
Thank you.
Justin Heron. Justin Heron. This is Justin. Kyrick Heron, 26W841-783, A, B, and C. Your name?
Justin.
How you doing, Mr. Heron?
I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Honor?
Not bad. you're here on a driving on a suspended. You also have 2 civil infractions, no proof of insurance and expired plate. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and send you to the prosecutor. It is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle in the city of Woodhaven. On March 7 of 26, they think you had a suspended license when you were driving that vehicle on Western Allen at 11:02 p.m. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs, or all those, and 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also charged with no proof of insurance and expired plate. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the advice of rights and read it and understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a lawyer. Do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty pleas entered, $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. We're going to take this file to the prosecutor. You go out in the hallway. Prosecutor will call you out, and you can talk to him, and then you'll come back in here, okay? After you've talked to the prosecutor, all right? Best of luck.
Judge?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking with the attorney here. I did find that case. The defendant did pay it. It was just an impeding traffic ticket.
Oh, so you're all set, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a wonderful day to you and your staff. Thank you, Judge.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Okay.
Whale Mohammed Awanzi. 25W83881.
He's on Zoom, Judge. He's coming in now.
Okay. Your name? Your name?
Timothy Newsom.
Where do you live, Mr. Newsom?
I recently just moved out to Highland, Michigan.
I'm not excited about you appearing by Zoom when you haven't been here in 8 years, 7.5 years. You with me?
Right.
Did somebody at the courthouse give you permission to appear by Zoom?
Yes, I called about 2 days ago and asked to request the Zoom.
Well, why
I
am
did
I going to
not-
accommodate somebody? And that's fine, Heather, if you did.
I was going to say I did not, Judge. I'm not sure who you spoke with.
Who'd you speak to?
I didn't get a name. I just called the courthouse.
I'm not excited about this. You know that? You didn't show up for 7.5 years. Was there a reason for that?
Honestly, I have no excuse.
Good. Adjourn arraignment and pretrial. We're going to adjourn it to the 15th, defendant to appear in person. And I'll set it for April the 15th. And we're going to give you a little more time since you're coming so far away. I'll give it to you at 10:30 in the morning, okay? But you got to show up. I don't mind accommodating to the extent I can, but that's what I'm going to do. So you'll have to show up in person. We'll see you here then. Best of luck. Thank you. People Against Manion Express LLC, 26W84-18798. All right. Are these?
Yep.
People Against Bryce Isaiah Jacobs, 25W840947A and B.
Yeah, good morning. Please report with me, Bryce Jacobs, and the reports in Raymond, we live for
Okay, sir, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Your name?
Bryce Jacobs.
All right, so I'll enter a not guilty plea. We have 2 charges here. Possession of a concealed weapon, so I'm indicating he stands mute on both. We have possession of concealed weapon under count 1. I understand he's going to plead guilty to that. That will be under the Home Vehicle Trainee Act. And then as to count 2, that's going to be dismissed, true?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yeah.
All right, if you plead guilty here to this, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. I'll take your plea under HIDA. I'll set terms and conditions after I order a pre-sentence report. If you're compliant with those at the end of the specified period, the case would be dismissed. And it would be a non-public record only. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? To the charge possession of a concealed weapon, how do you plead? On November 29 of 25 at 4:10 in the morning, were you on Western, Godeth, and Woodhaven in a motor vehicle?
Yes,
And did you have a concealed weapon?
yes,
That was not a locked container and it was under the seat. Is that true?
yes,
Loose?
yes,
You didn't have a concealed pistol permit, correct?
yeah, I didn't publish.
Are you on probation or parole? You got to answer for me.
No,
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
no,
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to that charge under count one. I'm going to dismiss count two on motion of the prosecutor. I'm gonna order a pre-sentence report. And then we'll have you back here for sentencing. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, give me 1 second, please. I never set bond conditions. Yeah. Were you ever printed on this case? You weren't fingerprinted, were you?
yeah, I was.
No, let me just double check. Heather, can you double check that for me? I don't see the CCH in here. I see his traffic record. It's probably in the other file. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll run his
continue your
record.
bond. I'm gonna continue your bond to $300 on the 9478 case. I've dismissed the B, so I'm transferring that over to the A file. So essentially, you're gonna have 5,010% on the A file. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No contact with prosecution witnesses. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I'm ordering a pre-sentence report. Those are your bond conditions. Again, you can't leave the state. You understand that, true
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a sentence date. When will that be, Heather?
We could do April 15th at 8:30.
All right. Good with you guys? April 15th at 8:30. How long are you gonna be here, Mr. Haynes?
My last day is May 15th.
Can you do a court to school for me at Trenton High School? I'd love to have you.
What day?
April 30th. Is it the 30th?
Yes, at 9 o'clock.
Can't do it that day.
No. Okay, we'll do April 15th then. Go ahead.
Judge, I'm sorry, I just ran his record and I'm not showing that he was printed.
They,
We'll do April 15th at 8:30. And you have to go over to get fingerprinted and photographed. I don't have an order. I'm writing it on the bond sheet.
they did that to me 2 times. They fingerprinted me.
Call over there, Heather, make sure something didn't happen, but otherwise, either way, you're gonna have to go over there unless she tells you you don't have to because there was a mistake and they have the prints taken. So you're gonna have to be over there by 1 p.m. today, okay? Do you understand that?
Is your print order still in the file, Judge, also?
Do not see it.
Okay.
I do not see it, but let me double check the other one. No, there was never a print order put in here, I don't think.
Let me see if there was one printed too. That'll tell me.
So you'd have to go over there by 1. If she tells you you don't, that's fine, okay? And then she go down the hall, get your notice, and over to probation where you will be interviewed, okay? Pre-sentence report. Anything else?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Did you ever find Galasha?
Your Honor.
She's not in the building. She didn't check in with me, so I don't know what that.
Never checked in the front.
I don't know what happened on that.
Yeah. One more, right? Yeah.
You got something?
Just kind of going.
What's that?
Yes, well, you.
I put one more thing.
This courtroom moment started simple, but quickly turned into frustration. A tenant stood in front of the judge, trying to explain why he hadn't followed instructions. He talked about confusion, advice from others, and delays. But the judge wasn't convinced. Because from the court's perspective, the problem wasn't complicated. It was simple. You didn't listen. The judge had already given clear instructions before. File the motion, bring the money, be prepared. But when the moment came, none of that was done properly. No payment ready, no proper steps taken. And that's where the tone changed. You don't listen very well. That line said everything. Because in court, it's not just about having a reason. It's about following directions. The judge even gave him another chance, setting aside the previous judgment. But without the money ready, the situation got worse again. A new judgment was entered, a new deadline was set, and the pressure increased. This wasn't about punishment, it was about responsibility. So here's the real question. When someone keeps getting clear instructions, but still doesn't follow them, should the court keep giving chances or start enforcing consequences? Comment below with your thoughts. Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.